This is a recap for Wednesday, April 7th. So this recap is going to be the answer key for Desmos Week 24, the direct variation quiz, and it's also going to be a answer key for, Pear Deck Week 24. Pear Deck Week 24, what I'm on right now, what you see, and also Desmos Week 18. And I'll put that in the description in our stream today. Okay, so this is just thinking back to last week. We watched these two videos last week on direct variation and on graphing. And then this is in a recap from last week, so I'm going to skip over this. But this we did in class today. And if you replace x right here with all these values, -2, -1/2 times -4 is 2. -1/2 of -2 is 1. 0 times 1/2 is 0. And -1/2 times 2, 1/2 of 2 is 1. And negative times a positive is positive, so that's 1. So we can graph those by going to -4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and up 2. I'm putting a point right there. And going to -2 up 1, going to the point 0, 0, and over 2 down 1, and then putting a straight line right through those, and I could have made it smaller, and so, oh, I know, I've got the undo there. So let's make a little smaller line to go right through there. So there's one of them. And we can put arrows on the end. So that is y equals, so this is y equals -1/2 x. Whoops, I'm not using my writing tool here. It worked until I tried to make the 2 1/2 x. All right, and so then we're going to put in these values right here into the variable, the equation y equals 3x. So 3 times, instead of x, we're going to do 3 times -1. That's -3. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 1 is 3. And 3 times 2 is 6. So we go to -1, -1, 2, 3. Should be right around there. 0, 0. Over 1 up 3. And over 1 up 6. And we're going to take our line tool, maybe get another color, and just go right through those. So we put arrows on the ends, and that's all we need on that card. Okay, going to card 4. You can change your answer on this one if you want from last week. So just circle. Just circle either the minus if this isn't making sense, or the check. Let's say that, or you can even highlight. Just like, yeah, it's making sense, but I could still maybe learn a little bit more. And let's go to card 5. We did card 5, and it's on a recap earlier, so I'm going to skip over that one. But we did a pizza party. And we imagined that at this pizza party, we had number of people and number of slices. And I was told by many students that 2 slices per student would be adequate for a party. So number of people is going to be the x value, and number of slices, the y value. And so if you had 0 people, you'd need 0 pieces of pizza. Whoops, I don't know why I put a 2 there. Let's go with, what if we had 1 person? 1 person would need 2 slices. 2 people would need 4 slices. 3, 6, 4, 8. We just keep doubling this. 5, 10. So we could go over 1 up 2, over 2 up 4, over 3 up 6. And we discussed that we would start at the origin and go like that, and it would go that direction, but we would not use this area because we don't have negative people, we don't have negative slices, so that wouldn't make any sense. And then it's okay to skip this right here. So we can just put a big skip on this one until next year, it's fine. And we can put a skip on this one until next year, just kind of getting the idea going, but we'll come back to it. This one, all you have to do is just put a line anywhere through the origin, and it turns out that I made a mistake, and this is exactly the same card, so just do exactly the same thing. It's just a duplicate. That happens sometimes. All right, this is not direct variation because it doesn't go through the origin, not a straight line, or through the origin, not a straight line or through the origin. So this is a yes, and this is a yes. Those are graphs of direct variation. And this one was a skip. We'll get back to it next year. And we already talked about this one in a previous one, but an oven, if you want to write on there, that I can put over here, that the oven will not go to 0 degrees. So this question doesn't make sense. All right, let's go to 14, which is another one that we are going to skip. And we are going to do 15. So if we get $250 for mowing 6 lawns, let's say that X value is the number of lawns and the Y value is our money. So if we mow 0 lawns, not sure what's going on with that. Let's see if there's something, there we go. If we mow 0 lawns, we get $0. If we mow 1, well, we're not sure, or 2, or 3, or 4, or 5, but we do know 6. That's going to be $250. So in class, what we decided that if we divide the $250 among all 6 jobs of mowing the lawn, that it would come out to $41.66666. That 6 would keep going, so we can round it to $41.67. So $41.67. So if Y is the amount of money, so the amount of money equals $41.67 times the number of lawns that I mow. So that's an equation that says that same thing. Y equals 41.67 times X. And that is the answer key for the Pear Deck quiz from week 24, direct variation. And we also looked at week 18 Desmos. So this is called unit rates. And the reason is because this week I'm going to be scoring this. And so if I'm looking for a unit rate right here, then I want to find the 1. So halfway between the 0 and the 4 is a 2. Halfway between the 0 and the 2 is a 1. So right there would be my unit rate. So if I could figure out what this is right here, then I'd know what the unit rate was. So really all you needed to do on that. All right, let's go to the next one. This one is a unit because it says per day. That means one day. Per hour, that means 1 hour. This is not unit because it says 10. This is not a unit rate because it says 10 gallons. If you bought 20 apples for $1, you'd have to divide $1 by those 20 apples, and you would get 0.05. And so that's D. 10 blocks in 5 minutes is a unit rate of 30 seconds for every block. So that would be 30, it would be 0.5 minutes for one block, or per block. So that answer is D on that one. The double line shows that 4 pounds of almonds for $34. Based on the ratio shown in the double line, what is the cost for 5 pounds? So what we could do is go back here to 4 pounds. 1 pound. And we could do 34 divided by 4. And we're going to get 8.5. 8.5, whoops, didn't, so it would be, let's see, $8.50 per pound. So $8.50 per pound, and we could times that by 5. So 5 times 8 is 40, and then half of 5 is $2.50, so $42.50. So $42.50 for 5 pounds of almonds. And that kind of makes sense. 4 pounds would be $34. These are all in dollars. Okay. Let's go to number 6. It says, based on the ratio of the double number lines, how many times will Pogo fetch the Frisbee in 4 minutes? So what we're going to do is we're going to double the time from 2 minutes to 4 minutes. And so that we would double the fetches from 6 to 12. So that is 12. It says additional question, where on the double line graph is the unit rate? So we could say per fetch. If we wanted to do per minute, it would be right there. If we wanted to do per fetch, then it would be somewhere right around there for one fetch. Just unit rates depend on what the second number is. Second number has to be a 1. The double line shows that Faye can sort 150 recyclable items in 3 minutes. Based on the ratio on the double number line, how many recyclable cans can Faye sort in 4 minutes? So we're going to go back to 1 minute, and that's going to be 50, and then multiply that by 4 to get here to 4, and that would be 200. So 200 items. Double number line shows 5 pounds of avocados for $9, right there, 5 and 9. And we want 1 pound. So we want 1 pound, so we're going to do 9 divided by 5. And it goes in there once. 0.8. So I would say that it would be $1.80 for 1 pound. So then if we did 5, just to check this, 5 times $1.80 is going to be $9. Okay, so $1.80. One goodie bag contains 2 pieces of candy and small toys. Complete the double line graph and show the amount of candy 1, 2, 3, and 4 for goodie bags. One goodie bag contains 2 pieces of candy and 3 small toys. All right, so this one is pretty challenging. So we have to do 2 and 3, and then it has to be directly proportional. So 4 and 6, and then 6 and 9, and then 8 and 12. And so complete the double number line to show the amount of candy and toys needed for 1, 2, and 3. So this is for 1 bag, 2 bags, 3 bags, and 4 bags. And then finally, label the graph to show the price of 1, 2, 3 pounds of cherries. Circle the unit rate and write the unit rate in dollars per pound at the top of the card. Okay, so we have 1 pound, 2 pounds, 3 pounds. And let's cut this in half to $11. And this is going to be $5.50. And we're going to add that $5.50 to 11 because that'll give us 3. 2 and 1 is 3. I don't normally want to add to solve these, but in this case we can and get $16.50. So there's $5.50 between each of these spaces here. And so the unit rate in dollars per pound. So it is $5.50 per pound for 1 pound or per pound. And that is the answer key for Desmos Week 18, if you want to check that. And that is a recap for Wednesday, April 7th.